Namaste students, let's go for revising of the chapter that we have done for the second terminal examination, and I have given the name. Let's revise. The first chapter that I am going to start is the chapter 9, Heredity and Evolution. What do you mean by heredity? It is the transformation of character from one generation to another. That means from father to next generation, son, daughter, or mother. Then from them to the next generation. This is heredity. Now we need to understand some of the aspects related with the asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Then the concept of ours related to the heredity becomes much more clearer. So we're finding one word called variation. Variation. What is the meaning of variation? Variation is some sort of change, differences. How the differences come? Differences are coming because of the sexual reproduction. So, two parents are involved in this case. One is the father, another is the mother. Both of them contribute in the formation of an organism. How they contribute? Try to get it. Through gametes. Through gametes. What is the father gamete called? It is called sperm. What is the mother gamete called? It is called egg. Got it? Now, what is there in the gamete which get transferred? So that is important thing. Gamete has something in it which is transferred or that get reunited. Both the gametes get reunited and leads to the formation of F1 generation. The thing that is present in the gametes, both the gametes I am telling, see, it is called DNA. DNA means deoxyribonucleic acid, and that is the genetical character or the transmission of the character from one generation to another. Got it? So what is the variation if I discuss here? See, father is giving some character, mother is also giving some character, both the character unite. Okay? And we're finding the F1 generation. So F1 generation means the progeny, progeny, next generation. Understood? Is F1 generation. So in the F1 generation, what you are finding? You are finding organism who is having the character coming from the father side and from the mother side. Definitely, some of the characters are from father side, some from the mother side. So, mother is not having all the character to be transmitted. Neither all the character from the father is transmitted. So, that is the variation. When you are finding the mix-up of the character, it is having some difference in the character from the father and the mother. But in case of asexual reproduction, what is the meaning of asexual reproduction? The asexual reproduction means one parent is sufficient to give rise to an organism. The DNA is copied. There is no union or the fusion of the two different types of gamete because two parents are not needed. One parent. So whatever the character was there in the DNA, it will be in the F1 generation. So you are not finding variation there. Now let's come to the another things that we need to know. George John Mendel was the first person to find out all the things related with the transmission of character. He made crossed in the garden pea. And what he did? He did some experiment called monohybrid experiment, dihybrid experiment. Now, what Mendel did, let me make it very clear in front of you all. He took 7 pairs of contrasting character. One pair, suppose if I take height, height has 2 contrasting character, tall and dwarf. Like that. Seed size. Size of what? Seed. Round, wrinkle. Like that, Mendel took 7 pairs of contrasting characters. So when he took one pair of contrasting characters, suppose this is the one, and he crossed it, that he named it as monohybrid experiment. We'll be going for that in the next part. Now let's have some of the terminology which we need to know. Suppose the word progeny, progeny, P-R-O-G-E-N-Y, progeny. Progeny is the next generation, F1 generation, F1 generation. Father, mother, gametes will be reuniting to form an organism. Okay, F1 generation, that is called the progeny. You are finding another character word called recessive. What is the meaning of recessive? The character which is suppressed, which is not expressed, is called recessive. Okay. Another word you are finding dominant. The character that is expressed. That means father, mother. Father's character and mother's character coming together to form an organism. When the father character is expressed, it is the dominant. Not only father, mother character is expressed, that is called dominant. When one of their character is not expressed, it is suppressed. It is called recessive. Okay, students, this is the thing or the basic of the heredity that we have started in the let's revise part. Okay, thank you.